This video is best viewed on a stereoscopic 3D monitor or with YouTube's cardboard viewing option. For more 3D options, use the Flash Player by clicking the first link in the description.
Well, hello there. Welcome to Stereo 3D Productions. I am here today once again with the Oculus Touch motion controller kit. This time, in order to check out a game called Dead Effect 2. I remember vaguely, this is about 2 years ago, upon the release of the original Dead Effect. I had seen some trailers on Steam, and those compelled me to look up their Steam forum page for any conversations about virtual reality support. And sure enough, I landed on this thread packed with people requesting that they implement VR support for, at the time, the Oculus Rift DK2. I briefly contributed to that thread. I hoped for the best and went on with my life. And we never saw virtual reality support implemented in the original Dead Effect game. However, fast forward 2 years, and surprise, surprise, it turns out that the developers were listening the whole time after all. Because here we are in Dead Effect 2 VR. That's right, a Dead Effect game with full-fledged virtual reality support, and I'm about to check it out on the channel. Now, before we check out this wonderful cinematic exploration JRPG, I do want to pay the options menu a visit to show you something absolutely awesome. These guys didn't just implement VR support and walk away. They did it correctly. All too often, I buy a game with motion controller support, and the options are very limited. There is no flexibility. This is definitely not the case. Look at all these locomotion and control options. I was able to, in about 2 minutes, find exactly what I wanted in order to adjust the controls to play the way I want. This is not always the case, and I'm praising this heavily right now. But I do wish that in about a year's time, such options become a standard, because this is how you do free roam VR correctly. So that's it for what I had to say about those options. Right now, it's time to go and play Dead Effect 2. Now, I have played a little bit of the game already, but I'm gonna go ahead and start a new game.
Davis, reporting for duty.
Because I want to show you everything from the beginning, and I'll be able to comment on my initial first impressions as we go through it. So we have our character select screen. You can pick a guy with a gun, a girl with a gun, or K, the dude with swords. Personally, and this is really opinion, I'm not crazy of melee weapons with motion controllers, mostly because you have no tactile feedback that is anywhere near realistic. You can give the controller a little vibration, but it really doesn't come anywhere near close to feeling like you're actually slashing things with a sword or hitting an actual object. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the
Do you need
guns.
some serious firepower and can't afford a wing of warthogs?
Yes, I do need some serious firepower, because that is my favorite way to go. There's been some criticism about wave shooters in the VR market, and I can absolutely agree with that. We are tired of being sold $30 motion control wave shooters. However, I've also seen some criticism about a lot of these games being about shooting. That is criticism I don't necessarily agree with, because so far, out of everything I've done with these, the best thing turns out to be shooting. It can be done accurately, it can feel realistic, and it's very fun. So if a lot of developers go down the shooter route without necessarily going into wave shooters, you can't blame them for it. It's a really good way to utilize this technology. So here we go with our gun guy. Start the game and take a look at this
The
intro
first
movie.
interstellar colonization ship sent from Earth to Tau Ceti. A giant ark filled with the best that humanity could offer. Most of the colonists
Were there dinosaurs on board?
in hibernation.
And
Only
islands
a
and
handful
shit?
watch and continued with the scientific research. Free from the constraints imposed on research on Earth, they developed many wonderful technologies. They even conquered death itself. They learned how to create life and turned themselves into monsters. The reign of terror and mad science on board the ship ended when one brave soldier, himself a part of another mad experiment, managed to break free and kill Professor Wagner. In a just universe, that soldier would be a hero. But we're not living in a just universe.
We're living in a kinda universe. Alright, by the way, this is the Steam VR load screen. I do have to make a note about Steam VR, but let's let the scene go by.
Activate the visual cortex. Leave the rest of the brain blocked for now.
Are you sure it's worth it?
I like the way this
You know what
HUD
it said?
sort of moves with a delayed
Already told
effect.
you that the extermination
It's very
orders
cool.
won't apply to this subject. Gunnar, follow the light with your eyes. Now to the left, and to the right.
Now to the left, and now to the right.
Sleep.
Right?
Can you hear me? Wake up.
What?
I'm up here. Stand up. Careful. Go slowly. You're still too weak, but you're gonna make it. Oh no. You're bleeding.
That's nothing.
You have to use the medichamber. Get in.
Slow down, Princess. What's going on?
There's no time for questions. We have to move fast.
Why do I feel like I've had a conversation like this before?
If you stay, they'll lock you down for experiments, like me. But I managed to hack down the medbot and woke you up. I can't give you orders, but I know how to get out. So I suggest we cooperate.
Completed.
Alright, so let's get the formalities out of the way. You may notice that I've configured the game to use stick rotation, free rotation. There's also that one that goes in 15 or 45 degrees increments. I don't like that kind of thing. So I have my free rotation. I have my free movement on the left-hand stick. You can also use teleport if you like that. So the station doesn't collapse on me while I go through these formalities. This is pretty much it for the formalities. You may have noticed that the voice acting is it's okay at the beginning, but you'll see that it sort of degrades as we go. It is funny bad voice acting, but it's, to me, it felt kind of like B-movie type acting. I think it's semi-intentional. And I'm gonna want to go on about a few things of this game's mechanics. I think there's a little pad here I can easily just grab and read stuff off of. This pad is really cool. It's obviously huge, but that doesn't go to say... There you go, I can actually keep the tablets and read them later. This actually doesn't represent the rest of the world scale, which actually is done very correctly. Everything in here feels life-size. This table is of an appropriate size for a human body. This system all looks of a real scale. The doorways, the pod I stepped into, all these things, they look realistic because they are at the correct size in stereoscopic 3D. Are you okay, dude? Do you need medics? There's nobody here anyway, and I'm not a doctor, so you're kind of fucked. I'm sorry. Alright, let's get to the objective here. I'll go on about other stuff. Try to progressively cover what they show me as we go.
Disable the lasers blocking the hallway. The terminal should accept your fingerprint now.
What killed him?
I did. He was standing too close to a power conduit from the laser blockade. Get his weapon. You'll need it.
Sector C Labs. Access granted.
Here we
Have a
go.
good
Check
day,
this out.
Gunnar Davis.
Good. Now you have to go and turn on the main generator for this level.
Watch this. There's money over here. How do these guys do the pickup mechanic for ammo and money? Am I going to have to move levers and throw balls into predetermined holes and then solve 3 cube puzzles with my motion controllers? I'm looking at you, Alchemy Labs. Or am I just gonna have to grab the cash? Or? Oh yeah, this is awesome. Look, there's a term I've sort of made up, pulled out of my ass, and I'm going to introduce you to it today. It's called HLWRMC. That's short for, hey look, we require motion controls. Now this is something I invented to describe games that overdo the gimmicks with motion controls. For example, I'm not crazy, first off, of melee, like I said earlier, but I'm also not crazy of having to work on panels and move levers and place blocks. I mean, if you're playing a portal puzzle with a block, it does make sense. You have to be able to pick up the damn block in the first place to solve the puzzles. But when it's overdone and it just takes it too far and beyond pressing buttons and doing simple actions, I do not like it. I'm not a fan of, hey look, we require motion controls. An argument I can make to support this is gaming technology does not simplify complex actions down to the press of a button because of technology limitations. They do it because it cuts to the damn chase and allows for more gameplay. You don't want to have to fidget about with the basics of picking up an object or opening a door. You want to get on with the game as quickly as possible. And I think that sometimes keeping things unrealistically simplistic just helps making the game more fun. And I think that's the way it should be. So this game did it right in that respect. I've played a bit of it, and I did not encounter an excessive amount of HLWRMC. There is a little bit, I'll show it to you, but it's not exaggerated at all. I'm just doing a final circle around here to see that I'm not missing anything. And we will head on our way. Alright, so with SteamVR, I guess you can press down to sprint, but in my case, I have to literally use both sticks to sprint now, I realize. Okay, that's cool. I can do that. I had not discovered that the first time I played the game. Alright, so, let's get to some action. Look at this fucking mess. Oh shit.
What's that?
Hey puppy.
It can't get
Good
to
dog.
you now. Hopefully it'll be too busy with zombies soon. Find the generator. I
Alright,
can
so
hack into most
check
doors
it out.
and security systems.
We're gonna pick up some ammo.
Only if they're powered. The local
That's
grid
beautiful.
is off, so only the systems with their own backup sources work.
We got some zombies
Together,
here.
we have a chance. You're not going to make it alone.
Okay, I'm about to shoot some zombies. Prepare for the weirdest recoil in video gaming history. And that doesn't just apply to motion controls. This is the weirdest recoil I have ever seen.
Watch out. Subject close. Not a friendly one. Aim for the head.
Alright. I'll have to drop my spent clip when it's actually spent. So it starts off pretty classic. It's a shooter. And I just said it was going to be weird recoil. If you noticed it on the video, good, but prepare for it to get even weirder. So there are some weird things about this game. I do believe it's an independently developed project, so you can't expect absolute immaculate perfection. It is very good so far. I've been very impressed, and I will show you a lot of it, but it is not perfect. It's far from perfect. We're going to look at a few funny things. One of the things we've already seen is the voice acting, but yeah, still ain't seen nothing yet. It gets even more ridiculous. Oh, nice. Alright, so let's explore. Let's grab that money with this beautiful mechanic. I love this. This is the way. I mean, if you want to take it a little further, make me press the, point with my hand and press the trigger to pick it up. That would be the furthest you should go. Even Arizona Sunshine, who have improved the ammo pickup mechanic a whole lot since the first time I played it, they still would have a little bit of work to do on that. Look at this robot.
Sorry, it wasn't powered, so I missed it. Luckily, it doesn't have any orders concerning you, so it let you go. But it raised the alarm. Go to the generator, quickly!
Oh, I'm ammo full. Alright. I like how I configured this. My hand direction dictates where I'm walking to. This is a lot like decoupled head rotation in seated VRA. Like it very much. Okay, press. Oh, the lockers can contain various useful items like ammo, credits, or even loot items. But check this out. I love their opening mechanic. Hey, close. I love their opening mechanic for the lockers. Check this out. You just press the grip trigger and that's it, it's done. It happens by itself. Again, total lack of HLWRMC. Absolutely beautiful so far. This is, if you want to do a motion controller game that welcomes me in, that's the way you do it. I was really, really satisfied when I saw that being so simple. Did I miss some ammo there or something?
All local soldiers are coming for us right now. I had to find a way to keep them busy. I'll short-circuit the containment system and let them stress out.
Damn, this recoil is so weird.
Move to the generator.
Nice. Right. It's got, on the positive, a pretty good look. I think it's a classic 1980s, 1990s sci-fi movie space station style, with also the revolving red lights to make it look alarming and everything's very cool. It's got even a little bit of a alien feel to it. I'm not going to say alien isolation, but alien in general. In fact, I've been in Alien Colonial Marines in virtual reality, and it didn't look as good as this. In fact, this would look more like an alien movie than Alien Colonial Marines did to me. So that's a pretty good compliment right there, because you could take a look at a few aspects of this game and say, hey, this is wonky or underdone, but it's an independently developed project, and I think on some aspects, like the acting, it's somewhat intentional to have that B-movie horror feel. Which is okay. I mean, we need a little bit of that. A little bit of sense of humor. Don't take yourself too seriously, which is one thing I did find this game does not do. It at no point seems to take itself too seriously.
You're close. Oh no. The cyberdog got to this sector. You'll have to deal with it.
My ammo back up. Waste it.
Good. Now power up the generator.
Oh, more ammo. Make sure they didn't put any sneak enemies in here. Right. This is interesting. It didn't look like that the first time I tried it. This is a little bit, and I would say very little bit, HLWRMC.
Now go for the door behind you. It leads back
But
to me.
I cut him a lot of slack for one thing. I've seen a few hack mechanics in the game so far to unlock doors and mechanisms like that. And they're all very original and they would work well on a screen. I found the creativity of those to go above and beyond the fact that there's a bit of HLWRMC going on. Sorry, I got interrupted and almost had 3/4 of a heart attack right there. As when I originally played, I moved on. I didn't let that jump scare happen, you bastards. You got me. You fucking got me. So even though there's a bit of HLWRMC in there, I'm cutting them total slack because I I actually enjoyed it. Better than always doing the same thing and keeping it so... I've seen some really bad hack mechanics in some video games where you're like, not even sure what you're doing, and eventually you just automatically hack the door without having any clue what you're doing exactly. Eight? Nice. Nice. Can't get me. Can't get me. Very nice. It's got a nice pace and a very classic shooter feel. Aside for the virtual reality, which is extremely modern, this really feels like your classic shooter. Okay, another mechanism that is a bit HLWRMC. Oh, get my gun back. I just have to grab on here and turn. There's really no big deal. This can be done in any scenario you want. My hand skipped right there because I was just done with the mechanism action. Get back to, what's her name? Danette. Get back to Danette. Alright, got 12 bullets in here. Oh, one bullet left. Beauty. Nice. Oh shit. Didn't expect it to die so quickly. They do take a lot of shots. There's a range thing with the gun. They really, further you are, the way less the bullets hurt them. So far, tracking doing pretty goddamn good. Again, Oculus Touch showing itself very efficient in small spaces. I even have usable Guardian bounds, so I even know where my camcorder is based on those, which is kind of cool for the video. This guy's a bit big for a human figure. A bit too large, but I guess they wanted that for the character that it originally was before dying.
There's an elevator.
I think it's supposed to be huge.
I've already hacked the door leading out. As soon as you get up here, we can move somewhere safe.
Right. I believe I have to go in there. Passing by through here. Very cool. Game is also running beautifully, by the way. Absolutely no performance issues. I do own a GTX 1080, but it is noteworthy to say that there are no lags or frame skips or things like that. In fact, that indicates that they did things right, because if it lagged on a 1080, it means there's a technical fault with the game. Well, there is not in that respect.
Hey there,
Great.
Princess.
Oh,
How
the
are you?
elevator is really cool.
Name's Danette.
I'm Gunnar Davis.
Yes, I know. Follow me.
How about thanking me for setting you free, Princess?
Thanks for letting me out.
No kidding.
Okay, so she's a
We're
bit
not safe
tiny.
here, so I suggest we get the hell
And
out
like,
of here.
she's the correct height, but she looks like she weighs 60 pounds. So tiny. Alright, I have to make a note about Steam VR right now. There is a pretty major annoying bug with Steam VR, where there's an option in the settings where you can tell it not to start when you start a game that requires it. So I have that option unchecked so that it does not ever start automatically. The problem with that now is that there's a bug with that feature where if you start a game that requires Steam VR and you have that option unchecked, Steam VR will start without launching the monitor. So not only are you not aware that you're running Steam VR, for example, when I started this game with my Oculus Touch kit, it took me a few minutes to realize that I was running it in Steam VR in the first place because I couldn't see Steam VR on my desktop. I had to look up my task manager to notice that the EXEs that Steam VR uses were actually launched. I also noticed the floor circle eventually, and during load screens I could see the Steam VR floor. So I really hope Steam VR fixed that because it's really annoying. Here's the problem. When Steam VR starts up without launching the monitor, you can then no longer close Steam VR without doing a whole bunch of shenanigans, such as going in the task manager, killing all the processes related to Steam VR, and then starting Steam VR twice. Not once, Twice. Yeah, it's annoying. So I wanted to mention that because when I initially ran the game, I did a test recording just to see that everything was going okay. I initially thought that this was native Oculus Touch support, which it is not. So there's a little stereo issue in the screen, as you can see, with the motion controller models a bit messed up. And there's also a shader on these icons that is messed up. Nothing major, I can still see what I'm doing. And I am offered a reward for this level. I'm going to take the instant med kit. This actually heals you once you've taken a certain amount of damage. So here we go. I'm taken back
safe here for now. The soldiers are sure
to the game's beginning.
Is empty.
And it looks like this is the starting room for the whole game. Once you've completed the sort of prologue, tutorial type level, this is the room you mostly exist in when you select your next mission and stuff. So you're always going to be starting from here on.
Why were you locked in there?
We'll talk about that later. Now I have to check you.
What?
You're Gunnar Davis, one of the best prototypes that came out of Meridian Research. You've got both physical and mental modifications and improvements. You're a super soldier, but according to your file, there's something wrong. You're dying.
I'm dying?
It's a slow but visible process. Your neural network is overloaded. You have more functions than your brain can handle.
Help me, I'm dying, apparently. Alright. Abilities.
I feel good.
Right now, yes.
That loaded my abilities, because I definitely didn't lose my
Your
tracking.
file says they've deactivated most of your functions. Look, I'll try to unlock one of the basic ones. Pick one. Your mental capacity should improve in time. I'll be checking you regularly. When your mental level improves, I can activate some of your abilities. You're more or less stable for now.
Stasis or barrier? Let's take barrier. Creates a bubble of protective energy, stopping all shots in both directions. Click here to unlock. Congratulations, your first ability is now unlocked. Here you can upgrade the efficiency of the ability, or you can go back to the ability selection. I get how this worked now. I don't think those abilities may be available to you during the prologue. You unlock them later. It's only a description of the abilities. I'm not 100% sure on this. Still figuring out the game. Only got a little over an hour in it, plus this section you see now. So now I can actually do an increase to my barrier. Endurance or duration? Let's upgrade its duration. There we go. Alright, what indicates... Oh, the little thingy indicates that, and every time I hit upgrade I spend 1 point. So let's take 1 endurance point on the barrier as well. There we go. And now I can hit save, and then hit back. And that's it. I have my barrier equipped. I can go back here. Now here's where things weren't that clear. I now have to talk to this lady to get my next mission. First time around, it wasn't that obvious. Hey, I have to use my left hand. Who are you?
Then who are you?
Somebody like you. Another experiment.
I like that they have the nipple thing going on. I couldn't help but notice. I mean,
I suggest we concentrate.
come on, guys. It's like they take her out between scenes and put ice cubes on her nipples and have her put her top back on.
Why do they want to exterminate us?
Because we are the research subjects, and new orders concerning the subjects are exterminate or secure in cryostasis for later assessment. And even if the later assessment didn't mean death for you, removal of all your augmentation would turn you into a blind and possibly mad cripple. If you don't believe me, you can read the orders they have. I've mailed them to your reader.
I hadn't gone through all this dialogue. I skipped through it very quickly because it was just testing.
We can't hope to survive against the crew on our own, so I suggest we find some help. I managed to find the location of Minikin's cryo chamber.
There we go.
Have to find
That's
it.
the mission.
Alright, I'm ready.
Great. I'll connect to the ship network and help you in any way I can.
Alright, so, starting the mission. So I haven't gone through all that dialogue,
There's an
we
elevator
learned a
nearby.
little bit right
It
there.
should take you down to the storage area.
Okay, so... holster your weapon by moving your hand to the side, using the hand grip. There we go. That should be nice, and... touch this weapon to pick it up. Oh, I just have to touch it. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Because I know that you can actually grab it with 1 or 2 hands. The recoil with 1 hand is ridiculous. I'll have to show it to you. It looks really funny. Okay, so... Really? Huh. Ammo already full. That's rare in a game, that your ammo's full on picking up the weapon. So another thing that wasn't clear to me, and I'll show this to you right now. You holster this gun on your shoulder. You holster the small one on your belt. So when I first holstered the rifle, I have freaking no idea where it was anymore, and then I played the rest with the gun. And I went fine with the gun too. Absolutely no problems there. But I wish I had known. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna get to try out this wonderful gun here. This goes much better with 2 hands. Check it out with 1 hand. Weirdest recoil effect ever. Oh shit! Nice. Actually goes really well without the recoil. Because I can also see the freaking tracers coming out of the gun. That is amazing. Cool. Very, very, absolutely freaking cool. Alright. So, place myself in a more optimal range. Sure no wonky tracking happens. I'll probably encounter more wonderful guests. This guy spits, I gotta stay clear of him. Oh, shit, nice. With 2 hands, this rifle goes really well. I do find there's a sort of interpolation going on between the 2 hands that's too aggressive. It makes the gun shake. The tracking really isn't being unsteady, it's the gun itself that is. Did I need any of this? Yes, I did. Alright, cool. Full load, or at least partially full load. Ooh. Objective finished. Find the something. Nano encrypted keycard. Right. I needed the keycard to get out and go the other way. Alright, so actually do one of these instead. Switch my weapon. Okay. Take this elevator. Giant.
The restricted elevator number 3212 is now being activated.
Michael Steele, Minikin should be down there somewhere.
Oh, don't let me move there for a second. I guess it wanted the transition to finish before I could actually walk in
He
there.
used to be the chief engineer, and also one of the experiments. Failed ones. They put him in the cryo to keep him in a stable state.
I didn't realize how good the tracers were on all the weapons. I can actually see the line in its entirety from the moment it comes out of the gun all the way to the enemy. So even though the recoil is really wonky, in the end it works out. And that's something I said at the beginning. Like I say a lot of funky things about this game, like it's got weird acting and this and that, but in a whole, it's actually a really good game. I'm really, really enjoying this, and replaying through what I've already initially seen, I'm still having fun. This is very good. This is probably one of my best first impressions to a motion controller enabled game so far. Oh, this guy's for real. This guy's for real. Rifle.
Number 7.
He also screams. Watch this. This is really fucked up. I love the 3D wave. It's so cool. I guess the vomit is for if you got the sword guy and they don't want him. They want you to kill him too easily. Ooh, I've unlocked a weapon apparently. Great. Whoops! I accidentally shot myself in the neck, putting away my weapon. I would be a great policeman. Can I walk through this? I hope I can. You puked all over the place, dude. We're gonna have to pick this up, you know? Oh yeah, that actually did hurt me, you fuckers. That actually hurt me. And it faded away now. Oh, come on. Hey, give me my ammo. Oh, am I full? Really? Wow, wow. Very good. Alright, cool. I do believe I have to go activate another one of these little puzzle games for this guy. What? 15? And 7. And there we go.
Administrator override accepted.
Good job. Now get inside and... Damn! They blocked the sensors. Sorry, I didn't see them before.
Oh shit. The dogs? Let's go with some heavy artillery. Hey, hey. Hey, pups. Nice. Very good machine gun mechanic. I like it very much. And it's working well with touch. I remember in Bullet Sorrow when I got the shotgun, the two-handed thing was working like crap.
There's a cryo chamber control terminal. Order it to wake up Michael Steele.
Oh, map of the ship. Money. Access denied. Such a classic feel for this game. Alright, okay, it's back the other way around. I think he's in the other room. Yeah, there you go, there he is. Hurts. It's funny, his audio's coming from there.
Talk to him.
First time I passed by next to this guy, I thought he was just part of the decor. But it turns out he's the guy you have to meet. So I walked all the way to the back of the room.
No more. Listen, I'm Gunner. There's gonna be a lot of science riding your ass if we don't get out of here right now.
No science. Minikin
You too.
hurts.
Good.
Do I look like a scientist? Come on, Fatso. A little workout might be good for you.
Minikin trusts. Minikin goes. But Minikin hurts.
Minikin is, yeah, he's, yeah. Here we go with the acting. That's what I was talking about. But, like I said, it's very B-movie, and I think most of it is actually intentional. Whoa! What the fuck happened there? That was fucking weird. I don't think that was intended. Oh! Oh, I know what happened. I didn't pay attention and one of the soldiers threw a grenade. Alright, so let's pick up some ammo. Alright, it's a giant iPad. I'm gonna keep it for later again. Oh, get on with the game is what I want to do today. Check out the mechanics. Check out if I like playing them. Check out how everything runs. So far, so good. Nice. already switching weapons early into the game. I like this. 2 different weapons for 2 different scenarios. One thing I recalled, the reason why I use the rifle on those soldiers is because they're much harder than the
The
zombies.
original research focused on the way some deep-sea fish use electricity. Your power implants were originally based on this. Check the data on the pad if you want to know more. The way back is clear. Move it. I need to unscramble Minikin's brain before the damage gets worse.
He needs to unscramble Minikin's brain because he's special. Alright, Minikin, hit that elevator.
It's worth it.
That is so cool. Achievement award. Skill points 2, ability unlock points 1, and credits 500. Hey, not bad. Alright, let's hit continue. And once again, I'll take this. Save my ass just in case. Who needs GPS? Hey, is there a map that I'm supposed to use? I'm not using no map. Primary fan. Okay, I'm gonna have to check those out. There's a lot of achievements unlocking. It actually was the same thing the first time I played it. So it looks like this game has a shit ton of achievements that aren't too hard to unlock. Okay. I think this guy does one thing.
Gunner, welcome. Here, this gun. You take.
Hey, thanks.
Cool. Right.
I've heard you're the best, Minikin. What can you do?
Minikin engineer. Best engineer.
How about you take a look at one of my guns?
Upgrade. Gun better. Minikin good.
Minikin good at upgrading. Alright. Trade.
Minikin armorer. Good Minikin.
Okay. So, right now, I have assault rifle level 3. And I have a level 2 rifle that came in. I don't know if that does anything better. Yeah, I'm gonna sell this. That. Back. So that's still equipped. Secondary weapon. Ooh. It's not bad. Right, equipped.
I don't need big guns to kill you.
So now I can actually go two-handed, but then I gotta put the 2 guns back down so that I can switch back to the rifle. Gotcha, gotcha. Inventory. Alright, so that's all my weapons. Upgrade. Let's go ahead and upgrade the guns. So does this allow me to... Oh shit, I buy the upgrades. Cool. Codex count. No available codex. Oh. Okay, what the fuck happened there? Alright, so the rifle... Here, magazine size? 5. Let's do the one gun that I use primarily. Upgrade that. No codex available, so I cannot install because I don't have any. I don't know what codexes are. Plus, I've already got a slot on them. Right! Check that out. Cool. Continue. Nice! So I've upgraded my right gun and my rifle.
Congratulations. You've done well.
Thank you. I've barely done anything yet.
Minikin needs a hand with the holomap. Could you help him? Minikin needs a hand with the holomap. Could you help him?
Oh, right. Right. I remember that.
Huh?
Do you need any help?
Map no finish. map needs
So that's not clear. The
Don't
dialogue
sync.
flow sometimes a bit
Sync
weird
can
to get your
only
next mission.
You go there. Sync terminal. Minikin sync. Map works.
Okay, I think I understand. You want me to synchronize the other terminal?
Quest started. Check this out. I do believe this is either a fingerprint scan or another, yeah, a sine wave puzzle, which I actually really liked doing. Actually like that one. Let's go one below, like that. And it does offer a close enough match. I really like that one.
Good. Works.
Works. Oh! I fucking forgot that was gonna appear. That is the map. It really looks good. And this is where I'm... Oh shit, what did I... Oh, the lasers. Stupid. This is where I say that... Despite the few funny aspects of this game, most of it is actually pretty good. Things like this are highly appreciated. This is very impressive and looks cool. These are like galaxy icons, and I guess this is where we are. It's a miniature model of our ship. What an absolute beauty. Oh, look, this robot. I hope I get to pilot this later on. It'd be fun to use it. It looks very nice. Alright, I guess the big exclamation mark above Dennett's head indicates that's where I'm going to get my next
Great.
quest, so let's do it.
The holomap will be useful. Are you ready for the next job?
It'd be useful to be absolutely pretty.
You and Minikin will go find Dr. Bielik.
Alright.
Why do we need this guy?
You will need Bielik to survive.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Go check the holomap. You can start the mission there.
Alright, cool. Alright, the holomap actually has a pretty huge feature to it, which is you have your level map right here. Very classic, nearly retro little map of the entire game world. So we've done these two missions, and right now I'm going to take the third one, and we will jump right into it.
Go fast. Fast. Danger here.
Nice slaughterhouse.
This area is guarded by some security drones. Anything moving without a correct IFF code is a valid target for them.
Help! Help door now!
Help door now. Oh. Alright, this thing. I have to turn these things just so that they line up properly with the red arrow. Or without hitting the little things that block their way. And there you go. So that's a third or fourth mini game to unlock doors or hack mechanisms. I really like them, these little mechanisms. Well made. Do I need these?
That
A
drone's
little
having
bit.
some fun here.
Quick, fast. No, stop.
I've just picked a drone signature on the scanners. Watch out! It's getting closer!
Oh yeah, there's a drone in the door, but he's gonna unlock that door. There we go.
Just a second.
Hey. Nice! I was gonna say it's gonna block my way, that's a little cheap, but it's because it was dying.
You'll have to patch the
Nice.
power line to the train and fire up the generators.
No power. We no go.
The backup generators are in a room one floor below you.
You go generate. Minikin waits power.
Alright, so it's one room below me. There's a mounted gun over there. That thing is really cool. It took me a bit to get used to firing with it, but once I had the hang of it, it was really cool. Alright, we got some cash there. Some ammo here that I don't appear to need. I do appear to need some gun ammo, though. Hopefully we find some of that. Eyes implant green. Whoa. Cool. That looks like... revolver ammo? Or shotgun ammo? I'm not sure. Let's go to the other side. Got some ammo here for the gun. Ah! Hey, is my health full? Really? Huh. Oh, it's because I started a new mission. Right. New mission. Nice. Beauty. Take a little step back here. Place myself within my optimal tracking range. So there's a lot of rifle ammo here. Good. Alright. Another ginormous iPad. Let's keep those for later. Tablet 1 of 3. That's true. Again, I started a new mission, so that number resets. Watch. This is how you do a lever. I love this. I freaking love this.
Get back to him.
This crazy actually sounds like a diesel engine trying to start. The problem is that...
My sensors just started screaming. It's the Delta, a lot of them.
Oh,
Get
shit.
Bird's machine gun. It should even out the odds.
Oh shit, I went at the wrong end. Alright. Where's the dog? Supposed to protect that guy, but I don't remember the dogs attacking him. Right now what I have to do is just get to the mounted gun. Check this out. This is actually pretty
Get ready.
cool.
They're coming. Defend Milliken.
Secure the compromised area.
Nice work here. Enemy spotted. Understood. Taking casualties.
Nice, great one. Nice. 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 So because of the tracers, I'm able to get them without looking directly in the aim sights. Nice! Headshot. Oh, I saw one down there. Yeah, he's right there.
I'm in position. Engaging enemy.
I use just one left. Alright, I have to enter the jet lift. So I'm gonna take my gun. Where do we go? We go down there? I think so. Okay, cool. I'm coming, I'm coming. They're saving your ass.
Shit, they hit me!
You live! You no die!
You know die! No! There we go. Oh, look at that. No silver stars, just gold or bronze. Secret orbs. I don't think I've seen any of those yet. Alright, I was just treated to a freaking Steam VR special. Upon finishing the level, the game loaded this area, and I could no longer see anything in my headset but the Steam VR empty startup room. I was no longer in the game. In order to resolve this, I went Alt-Enter on the game twice. So basically I went into full screen and back out of full screen, and the output came back. So I see that Steam VR still has its share of really competent features, quote-unquote. It's really annoying. Nothing major. I mean, I was able to very quickly resolve it. So at least there's that. But Steam VR, still up to no good every now and then. We all gotta have random problems with our VR runtimes. Oh, cool. Alright, so looks like the mission was to rescue this dude, who's now in turn rescued me, because if you recall, I get shot out of nowhere at the very end of the last mission. So this is the guy I need to go talk to.
In my lab. Nice little lab, don't you think? Not as good as the one I used to have, but I can still do some serious work on cloning and implants.
Okay, so he's gonna do the other half of my upgrades, right.
The power armor service here.
We've been complaining a lot over the last year of the frequency of wave shooter releases that are rather expensive and get repetitive. This game is definitely not guilty of doing that at all. I am very impressed. If you're looking for something a lot more elaborate to do with your motion controllers, you're looking at a game you should be buying. I'm not kidding. Yes, it's rough around the edges. Yes, it has some flaws, but for the most part, it's quite incredible. And it's doing the motion controllers an excellent tribute. Like I said earlier while I was walking through one of those halls, this must be my best first impression to a motion controller powered game ever. I've never had it go this smooth at all. So everything just really worked. Not necessarily to perfection, but well enough that I barely lifted the headset off my head once. And that's with the first playthrough. Same thing can go for what I did just now. Shooting this video went very well. So I highly recommend this title. I'm very impressed, and when it comes to motion controllers, which I've not been fond of so far, well, finally now it looks like I can find things to do. Arizona Sunshine was already a really good precursor to that becoming true, and now Dead Effect expands on it. I'm very happy with this. So that's it, folks, and check this out. When you want to quit the game, just hit the menu button on your controller, you press on options, that takes you to the menu option, or the options menu, should I say, and you hit exit, takes you back to the title screen. Make sure that it doesn't spontaneously exit the game right there. You're like, no, I didn't want to do that. And that's it. So there's going to be a lot more to check out in this game along the way. Look for it in the holodeck eventually. Until then, thanks for watching Stereo 3D Productions. I'm going to turn around towards my camera to say goodbye. I shall see you next time.